Lời đầu tiên xin chào các độc giả đã đến với website rèn luyện kỹ năng.com. Khi tìm đến với website rèn luyện kỹ năng, chắc hẳn bạn đang mong muốn tìm cho mình một công cụ tốt nhất trong quá trình rèn luyện kỹ năng. Kỹ năng ở đây có thể là kỹ năng lãnh đạo, kỹ năng bán hàng, kỹ năng mềm, kỹ năng sống và rất nhiều các kỹ năng khác. Thông thường khi nghĩ đến việc rèn luyện các kỹ năng như chúng tôi đã đề cập ở trên, chúng ta thường hay nghĩ đến việc tìm mua cái đầu sách hoặc tham gia các chương trình hội thảo. Nhưng trong cuộc sống bận rộn của thế kỷ 21, thời gian và tiền bạc là hai thứ luôn bị giới hạn nhiều nhất. Với sự ra đời của website rèn luyện kỹ năng.com, chúng tôi mang đến cho bạn một công cụ tốt hơn trong việc rèn luyện kỹ năng của mình, đó chính là các DVD rèn luyện kỹ năng. Bạn sẽ không còn phải tốn quá nhiều thời gian để đọc sách hay tốn quá nhiều tài chính để tham gia các chương trình hội thảo. Chỉ cần bỏ DVD vào đầu máy, ngay lập tức bạn đã có thể tận hưởng những thước phim quý giá được chia sẻ từ các diễn giả nổi tiếng tại Việt Nam và trên thế giới. Website rèn luyện kỹ năng.com cung cấp đầy đủ cho bạn các DVD rèn luyện kỹ năng trên nhiều lĩnh vực. Tất cả các DVD rèn luyện kỹ năng của các diễn giả nước ngoài có tại website rèn luyện kỹ năng.com đều có phụ đề 100%, hỗ trợ tối đa cho quý độc giả khi theo dõi. Rèn luyện kỹ năng.com cam kết chất lượng tất cả các DVD khi cung cấp cho quý khách hàng. Với hân hạnh được phục vụ cho rất nhiều các khách hàng trên cả nước. Chỉ cần click đặt hàng, trong vòng 1 đến 3 ngày, bạn đã có thể cầm sản phẩm trong tay. Rèn luyện kỹ năng hân hạnh được phục vụ quý khách.
About how this helped me to achieve my own success. Now, this was the first book that I wrote 12 years ago. This book is called I'm Gifted, So Are You. How many of you have seen this book before? Wonderful, right? It's translated to Vietnamese as well. Okay? Now, I wrote this book 12 years ago to launch my career in Singapore, because at that time I was nobody. Nobody knows me in Singapore. So, I wrote this book when I was in the university. I was still studying, about to graduate. Why did I write this book? Those of you who know a bit about my history, you know that when I was young, I was a lousy student. I was lazy, I had no motivation, I failed many of my exams. And in Singapore, I ended up in one of the worst schools in Singapore. And then at the age of about 13 years old, I decided to change my life. I decided to wake up. And I attended a lot of seminars, just like you. I read many books, just like many of you. And when I attended the seminars and read the books, I got inspired by other people. We must always be inspired by other people. So I got inspired. And at 13 years old, I said, I want to change my life. I want to be a success. I want to be number one. Okay? So I started studying very hard. And from the bottom of the school in Singapore, I became one of the top students in Singapore. I went to the National University of Singapore and became one of the top students. So at that time, I was inspired. I said, hey, I want to write a book to teach other students how to succeed. I want to write a book to teach other students how to be a top student. So that was why I wrote the book. Now, here's the problem. After I wrote the book, it's called a manuscript. Right? Now, I knew that it was a good book. I knew it would help people. But the problem is, I have got no track record. I've got no credentials. At that time, I did not even have a degree. So who will read my book? I'm a nobody. I'm so young. I was only about 24 years old. Who will read my book? So I knew that I had to get a good publisher to promote the book. A good publisher that would give me the credibility. Yeah? So I took the manuscript and I went around to find a publisher. I went to the famous publishers like Simon and Schuster. You know what they said to me? They said, we're not interested in your book. I said, fine. Went to another publisher called Prentice Hall. They looked at the book, they say, I don't think your book will succeed. There's no market for your book. We're not interested. So I went to another publisher, went to another publisher, went to another publisher. I even went to a publisher called Penguin Books. There's a publisher called Penguin Books. And they even said to me, I'm sorry, but your book will not be successful. I thought, my God, even the bird doesn't want me. Okay, how to succeed, right? I didn't give up. I went on and on and on. And I was rejected by more than 10 publishers. No one would give me a chance. They say, you're too young, you've got no experience, no one will read a book. So eventually, one day, one publisher saw the manuscript and he said, wow, this is interesting. And they called me up, they said, you know, Mr. Khoo, we want to publish a book. I was so excited. And this company that decided to do it is called Oxford University Press, which is a publishing company in Singapore. So I said, oh my God, wow, Oxford University Press, such a good brand name. I said, with their brand and my book, you'll be a bestseller. You'll be successful, right? So I was so excited. So I went back to my school in the university and I told all my friends, I said, you know what, Oxford is publishing my book. I want to be a best-selling author. Right? So I thought, sure to be successful. Now, the year was June 1998. In June 1998, my book was supposed to be launched in all the bookshops in Singapore. I was so excited. Okay? 1 week before that, I couldn't sleep. Right? Because I had all these visions, I had all these fantasies. I imagine when I go to the bookshop, I see my book on the display, bestseller. I imagine my book everywhere. I imagine people queuing up to buy the book. I imagine I sign autographs. I imagine people take pictures, you know. Oh, I was so excited. I said, wow, I'm going to be a best-selling author, like Anthony Robbins or whatever, right? Guess what? It did not happen. Let me tell you what happened. In June 1998, on the day of the book launch, I went to the bookshop. Yes, I went to the bookshop and I walked inside waiting to see my book. I walked in and I looked. I couldn't find my book anywhere. And so I called the publisher. I said, excuse me, isn't the book being launched today? They said, yes. I said, I don't find the book anywhere. They said, where are you? I said, I'm in Borders. You know Borders? Borders is one of the most famous bookshops in USA, also in Singapore. It's the biggest bookshop, Borders. And I said, I'm in Borders. And they said, oh, I'm sorry, but your book is not selling there. I said, why not? It's a new book. Why isn't the big bookshop taking my book? They say, Mr. Adam, you must understand. You are a first-time author. You have got no experience. You have got no track record. The big bookshops will not give you the space to put your book. I said, where's my book? They say, only the small bookshops will take your book. Small bookshops? Yeah, the lousy bookshops. So they said, okay, at least it's selling somewhere. I said, where? So they gave me the name of some bookshop very far away, which I never heard of before. I said, okay, fine. I traveled all the way there to this small bookshop in Singapore. I went inside and I looked. I still couldn't find a book. Not even in the small bookshop. So I went to the person in charge and I said, excuse me, do you have this book, I'm Gifted, So Are You? She said, ah. I said, I'm gifted, so are you. He said, I don't know. See yourself. So I went in there, I checked. And after 20 minutes, I found my book. 4 copies. 4 copies. And it was not even displayed on the shelf. You know where it was? It was on the floor. It was right on the floor. Here. It was not displayed this way, it was this way. You know? And it was stacked on top of a lot of other books. So look at me and say, my book! It's on the floor! Who can find the book? Right? So I said, you know, who can find the book? So I was really upset. I was really angry. So I called my publisher. And I said to my publisher, I said, hey, no, why is it you are not marketing the book? You see, as a good publisher, what should they do? They should promote the book, right? They should have advertisements, they should have posters, they should have author signing. They did nothing. And I said, why are you not marketing the book? And you know what they said to me? They said, Mr. Adam, must understand. At Oxford University Press, we have got no marketing budget. We have got no marketing budget. I said, why? They said, because normally we only publish dictionaries. We only publish dictionaries. I said, huh? You only do dictionary? Oh, we also do encyclopedia. And they said, we don't normally do your kind of books. So we have no marketing budget. I said, but I thought Oxford University is a very big company. I said, yes, we are big. In London. Singapore, small, no budget. So I said, but if you don't promote the book, who can find the book? They said, I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do. So how did I feel? How did I feel? I felt like the what? I felt like the victim, right? I said, it's unfair. I wrote a good book. This is my dream. This is my first book. But no one can find the book. The bookshop will not take my book. They're not promoting the book. So I got really upset. 1 month passed, 2 months passed, 3 months passed. Did the book sell? Book didn't sell. Why? Because no one could find the book. And my friends came up to me and they said to me, Adam, I thought you are a best-selling author. I said, shut up. It's not my fault. I wrote a good book. It's a stupid publisher. It's their fault. I blame. And I started what? Blaming and complaining. So as long as I blame and complain, did the book sell?